Hey, how you doing today? Well, here we are with the Jeep again, the Grand Cherokee, the 4L. It's a 98, and we're looking at my culprit right here, the the power steering pump, and it's squealing like crazy. And that means I have bad bearing in there. And it's done pretty good. It's lasted. I don't think I've ever done it to this one before, but so that makes it about 250,000 miles at least. But you need a flare nut for this one. Then you have 4 bolts that are, you can see the top 2 here that are accessible through these holes. You just spin this around. Then you have an adjuster nut down there that you have to loosen. And then if you look down there, you see the idler pulley. Gotta loosen that. And then go down here and, where's it at? Loosen that bolt right there, and that'll make it so that I can remove my belt. Now when I did my water pump a couple of weeks ago, I had this off and I should have just taken it off then, but anyhow I am. We're just going to do it today. So I'll get things started and then we'll pick up again. Alright, now I've got the power steering unit out on the bench. I've drained it. There's where the top is, just to give you reference. Now, there's 3 bolts that you had to take out that were 2 on the top here and 1 around the bottom, and you access them through here. Probably can see them. Yeah, if you look down through that hole, you can see it right there, and then there's 1 over there, and then there's 1 on the bottom right over there. But after that, you need a 5/8 inch line wrench to take the high pressure line off right there. You're going to get a little fluid out of there, so after the initial pop, you stick a piece of, you plug that up a little bit, and then you're going to take off the hose clamp on your low pressure here, and then you're going to walk over to something to drain it in, and you're going to take your cap off, and then you're going to drain it in there, and you're going to spin this around a couple times. And then what you got to do is you got to get this pulley off, and you need a little puller like I have right there. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that it gets under this little thing here. Now I had to heat this up with a torch. I used MAP gas, the yellow, and I just heated up a little bit, and then I put my puller on there, and she cracked already, but I'm just showing you what I did. I stuck a bolt in the hole that was too small, and I'll work my puller off of that. And if I can do it with one hand, which I doubt. Yep, let's see what this does. Nope, didn't work. But anyway, I'll turn this off with a wrench while holding it still, and it'll pop right off. Okay, back here again, and with the puller, remember I said we could do it, and this is how she does it. She just pops right off. There's the bolt. Make sure you put a bolt in there that's going to have a smaller shoulder than your circumference there. Okay. Now these are rebuildable. Okay, but I wasn't able to get the parts anytime soon, so for 60-70 bucks, I'll just replace the whole damn thing. And what I'm not sure is, you might want to take and remove this bolt, because I'm not sure if it comes with an adapter or not, and you don't want to have to pay for that. Should you want to, there's a bearing in there, and I'll show you a little bit about it. Now, if you pull up this tab with a screwdriver and slide this off, there's 1 on the bottom as well. This reservoir comes right off, and there's a seal in there. You can buy the reservoir separately, the pump separately, the rebuild kit. Now for my, I would rather have bought the rebuild kit because I like doing shit like that, but we'll show you just how to switch it out, that's all. Okay, I'm off to the store because there is a $50 core charge. And I'm going to get this bolt out first, actually, I just remembered that. And I'll go to the store and I'll catch up with you. Alrighty, there's the new pump. And I got to put the flywheel on it, or the pulley rather. And here's the pulley. I'm going to warm her up, expand her with a little heat, warm both sides, and hopefully she'll just press right on there. Okay? Make sure you don't burn yourself. I'm using MAP gas, it's pretty damn hot. Alright, I'm back here at the Cherokee, and I'm putting in the power steering pump, and I got the two up top you see, and the last one down there is that one right there. You can see I got the deep well socket on it, and I'm going to have to get the line wrench out. 5/8 line wrench on there will work. Then I got to move my clamp out to where it's supposed to be out here. Then I got to fill it up, bleed it, and then I'll be done. Oh, and then I got to adjust my belt and put my belt back on, and then put my water temperature sensor back on there, just a plug rather. And the only thing I used was 13mm and 15mm sockets, the 5/8 line wrench, short extension, and a long wobble for that bolt right there. Long wobble extension fits nicely to tighten that up. Okay, these happen to be 13s. On the end of the pulley down there, that's a 15, and that's a 15. Okay. Okay, here we are. As you can see, down in there, leaking from the seal. And that's making the belt squeal like a bitch. So, here's that. Okay, while I was putting on this power steering pump, it occurred to me that I never showed you how to put this on and off. Okay, what you do is you heat up, before you set this on here, you heat up this piece right here. This here is my puller, and it costs you about $1 from Home Depot. It's built up of 2 washers, 2 3/8 washers, 3/8 bolt, about what, 2.5 3 inches, and a 3/8 nut, and that pushes that on there just as nice. If you look down in there, you can see the 3/8 coarse thread shaft. It's splined, so you just push it, set it on there, you put a little grease on it, you warm this piece up right around the outside first, then you set it on there, and then you thread in your bolt as far as it's going to go. Give yourself plenty of slack, and it's going to be way up here, you know what I mean, because of the size of the pulley. And then you get this out, you turn this until it bottoms out, that's pretty much there. The bolt doesn't have to be that tight, just has to be finger tight to where it starts doing this to your pulley. Okay, and then you need 2 wrenches, a 9/16 and a 9/16, and you put the one down like so, then you put this one on here, and you hold this one still while turning the other one down, which, okay, if I still had this one on top of here, you'd see. Okay, now you hold this one like this, and while you're holding this there, you turn this nut down. Now as you turn the nut down, it'll press against the washers, which will press against the pulley until you're all the way down, and it'll stop. And don't force it. You know, once it goes down, you'll feel it goes in very nicely. For $1, you know, what can it hurt? And when you take it out, I put grease on everything as it goes together, and I was out of regular grease, so I used marine grease, and that's why it's green. But you can see what I have there. I got 2 washers, one smaller, one larger, and I'll just throw that in my toolbox, and I have a pulley putter on her as long as it's 3/8 coarse for the rest of my life. Now that just saved me putting that on there, easy peasy like that. That's a good thing. So what we'll do now is we'll go and take the pump and put it on the vehicle. All right. So my toolbox is a mess. I've been doing projects like crazy lately, but it doesn't have to be crazy hot either. It just has to be warm, and that just gives you a little bit so it warms up. Easy peasy. There you go.